Okay, our second recognition this evening, before we get started with wrestling, our varsity cheerleading team. As the team makes its way to the edge of the mat, these young ladies accomplished the Easton Pennsylvania Conference champions this year. Also, District 11 champions. Congratulations, ladies. More important this year, these ladies won the Pennsylvania Teen Spirit Award this morning out in Hershey. I had the opportunity to attend the Teen Spirit Award of over 500 high schools is based on their accomplishments, their competitive spirit, working in the schools in our community, but their outreach is far beyond just more than that. Congratulations, Coach Fulmer, your staff, your parents and Booster Club. Ladies, thank you for everything. Congratulations. Great job.
Our Easton School From the Easton Area Middle School Gymnasium in Forks Township, Pennsylvania, the Stateliners Sports Network proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, the Stateliners take on the home Red Rovers of Easton Area High School, the arch rivals. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Bob Kerp, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg and Easton Wrestling is brought to you tonight by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit rothmaninstitute.com. By Ahart, Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg, and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at urcocu.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. Both teams come into the match with a record of 6-1 on the season. The visiting Stateliners beating Newton 39-29, Bound Brook 54-21, Cranford 52-18, Kittatinny 39-21, and Hanover Park on Thursday night 33-26. They dropped a 38-21 decision to Hunterdon Central. Because of the snow, the Red Rovers did not wrestle this week. Their 6-1 record, beating East Stroudsburg South 47-16, Freedom 40-25, Allen 78-6, Nazareth were defeated by Nazareth 43-16, beat Wilson 40-24, Central Catholic 63-11, and Deereth 71-3. The Rovers have competed in the Cumberland Valley, Bethlehem Holiday, and Escape the Rock tournaments, while Phillipsburg has participated in the King of the Mountain, the Bethlehem Holiday, and the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. Stateliners have finished their pre-match warm-ups, and the Red Rovers are out going through theirs right now. Capacity when all the bleachers are open here is about 3,100. They are not all open tonight. Well, we've got a crowd of a couple of thousand or so as these two teams set to go at it. There's a long history between Easton and Phillipsburg in wrestling. Series began in 1947-48. Easton leads it 63-17, but the Stateliners have won 3 of the last 4. Prior to that, the Rovers had some incredible streaks. Steve Powell, who retired prior to the start of last season, was 27-5 against Phillipsburg. Dave Post, head coach of the Liners, is 3-4. Jamar Billman, in his second season at Easton, is 0-1. Going to begin the match tonight at 285 pounds. Phillipsburg's Patrick Sharp, a senior, 13-8. Will face senior John Pineda, 19-3. 106 pounds, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, the freshman, 10-9. Will face Easton freshman Alex Cameron, 5-6. 113 pounds, Cullen Day of the Stateliners, a senior, 15-6. Against Easton's Evan Gleason, a freshman, 17-6. 120. Travis Jones of the Stateliners, a junior, 19-4, against either Colby Duffy, a sophomore, 4-5, or sophomore Brett Scalzo, 7-6. 126 for Phillipsburg, either Luke Harton, a junior, 1-4, or junior Brendan Fox, 1-6, against either Duffy or Scalzo. 132 for Phillipsburg, either Thomas Abode, a junior, 2-4, or junior Kyle Tino, 11-4. And right now, everyone is standing for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you
A little stage fright. It happens. Reminds me of Mo Cheeks was a star point guard for the 76ers. I believe the point guard in the 83 NBA championship team, and then as either a head coach or an assistant coach, as a national anthem singer. Couldn't find the words. He went over and put his arm around her and helped her finish the national anthem.
Now that's class.
All right, leading off 132 for Phillipsburg, either Tom Abode or Kyle Tino, a junior 11-4 against Easton's Jonathan Myers, a sophomore 19-2. 138 for Phillipsburg, Cody Harrison, a junior 15-2 against Blake Daniel, a junior 1-3. 145 Jason Zinsmeister of Phillipsburg, a junior 12-8 against Jake Korwitz, a junior 4-2. 152 Josh Ramos of Phillipsburg, a senior 11-6, facing freshman Isaiah Reinert, 10-8. 160 Brian Meyer of the State Liners, a senior 17-2, against either Dominic Falcone, a freshman 9-5, or junior Gavin Kraser, 17-6. 170 Lance Wissing for Phillipsburg, a senior 20-3 against either Falcone or Gavin Kraser. 182 Austin Roth of Phillipsburg, a junior 8-7 against senior Max Catalano, 4-5. 195 Shamir Broders of Phillipsburg, a senior 6-10 against junior Tyler Pilecki, a 12-10. And at 220 either Broders or Cody Krutz, a sophomore 5-9 against senior Jacob Frank, 16-7. I didn't run down all the possibilities, Bob, but there are multiple. Phillipsburg could choose to play this straight up. They could choose to bump up in some instances and move to bump up in a lot of instances.
Yeah, Coach Post has set himself up to have a number of options tonight. Judging on how things go in the early going, he may adjust a few things. When we spoke to him before the match, he anticipated that 7 or 8 bouts, victories for Phillipsburg should be enough to win based on anticipated bonus points. Easton's coach, Jamar Billman, was looking at 30 points being enough for either team to win tonight.
Going through the introductions for the fans, we'll have our wrestling action in just a couple of minutes. So, as far as starting at 285, Jamar said it really didn't matter to him where it started, but he immediately said that 113 is a key between Phillipsburg senior Cullen Day and Easton freshman Evan Gleason. And Dave Post was saying, well, we get one out of the way where we're a pretty big underdog, and then maybe we can go on a run.
Yeah, he's looking to bump up some early, perhaps, and then adjust as they go from there. And then he's got some options for whether or not they're ahead late and just want to hold on and not give some bonus points, or if they have to be more aggressive.
Easton is without Connor Duffy, the 138-pounder who is out with an MCL injury. And the State Liners are getting back Luke Harden, who missed, he did not wrestle in the tournament last weekend, the Hunter and Sussex Warren, and he did not wrestle on Thursday night against Hanover Park.
Easton's had some time off before the match, but Coach Billman was saying that was probably to their benefit, as they had some sickness in the ranks, and it was a chance for everybody to get healthy.
Phillipsburg is going to wrestle Warren Hills this coming Monday, and then Wednesday, Thursday matches with North Hunterdon and Parkland, and then Southern on Saturday. And the weight classes were up 2 pounds tonight, so the normal 106 is a 108-pound weight class. Alex Cameron of Easton just under 100 pounds total at 99.9. And Phillipsburg's Logan Matsko at 105.9. Our referees tonight are Rick Solosky and Larry Dieter, as the captains in Coach Post out there. The flip rolling around is won by Phillipsburg. And the State Liners are going to take even. So that means they would control, they were looking to control. Oh, Peeberg chose odd. Okay. Stateliners won the toss and chose odd. All right, we're going to begin at 285.
That may suggest more bumping on the part of Coach Post.
Jonathan Pineda for Easton, a senior 19-3. He weighs 243. Patrick Sharp of Phillipsburg, a senior 13-8. He weighs 283.8. Pineda at 19-3. Sharp at 13-8. Easton looking for bonus here. Phillipsburg looking to limit that opportunity. Rick Solofsky is going to be the referee for this bout, assisted by Larry Dieter. That's with 15 seconds, no advantage. Pineda's pretty good on his feet. .30 seconds and no advantage. Stateliners in their garnet gray and white singlets. Easton in red with a block E on the left thigh. A big rover on the right side.
Sharp did not appear in last year's match. Pineda was pinned by Justin Caraballo.
Patrick Sharp wrestled as a freshman and then was out of the program the last 2 years, so is stepping up this year as the varsity heavyweight. Pineda took a shot, then spins around behind and has a takedown on Sharp. Pineda on top, 2-0. He will cut Patrick Sharp. 2-1, 40 seconds to rest on the first, and it stopped as Pineda loses his headgear.
Pineda showed his quickness there as he went in on the ankle and then switched direction.
We will be voting tonight for the Brad Weaver Memorial Award, which goes to the most outstanding wrestler, and the Easton Lions Club Most Aggressive Wrestler Award. 30 seconds to go. 2-1 lead for Easton's Jonathan Pineda. Thought about a headlock. Wrestlers break apart. It's kind of pushing on each other. Sharp with a headlock in his preliminary bout in 100 Sussex Guarin that turned to defeat 4-point play in the last 10 seconds into a win for the Stateliner senior. Pineda diving in on a leg, then Sharp thought about that headlock, and the first period ends 2-1 Pineda. Dave Post has already shed the sport coat. He tells Sharp to defer. But we're going to get a little blood time for Jonathan Pineda, and that'll give head coach Dave Post a chance to talk, along with assistant Brian Kopesky, a chance to talk to Patrick Sharp.
Pineda was very quick on his feet. All of his shots coming very quickly, as well as his counters. He's very mobile for a big man, and he's choosing down to start period number 2.
Sharp is going to cut him. So on the escape, it's 3-1 Pineda. Sharp, I think, has made an emphasis on trying to stay low. Pineda dives at half it. There's a stalling warning on Sharp, and Pineda has a takedown. Pineda leads at 5-1. He's going to cut Sharp. 5-2. I think through the first 2.5 minutes, he is a lot quicker than Sharp.
Yeah.
And as he fakes one way and gets Sharp going in that way, he quickly comes back the other. Dives in on Sharp's leg, has another takedown. 7-2. He'll cut Sharp 7-3. I think Sharp would like to stay tied up with him so Pineda can't get in on his legs. Sharp again trying to stay low. ties up with Pineda. We're under a minute to go in the second. Pineda with half a shot at the right leg, couldn't get it.
Yeah, Sharp's he's gonna need contact with Pineda because Pineda's first move is too quick for Sharp.
Pineda shoots in. There's a stalling call against Sharp. It is 8-3.
That's any indication. Rich Solowski's going to be quick with stalling warnings tonight.
And that could be trouble for Sharp in the third. 20 seconds to go here in the second. Pineda with half a shot. Sharp now around the head, was looking for headlock, couldn't get it.
Yeah, I wonder if he can dive and grab a leg and burn some time there.
Off they go at 1.6 seconds in the second.
There, Sharp was a little more aggressive on the edge. And I think if he just stays in defense, I think he's going to have a problem.
We're through 2, and again, blood time for Pineda. It's going to be Sharp's choice in the third. I'm pretty sure he'll take neutral.
Based on his choice earlier, sure.
I think,
he's going to have to lock, or he's going to have to dive in and grab.
I think Phillipsburg is more worried about the stalling DQ here than they are worried about anything else.
Well, he's got to take a step forward. He's got to grab on to Pineda.
Pineda, third in District 11 last year, fifth in the region. Cumberland Valley Tournament champ this year, third in the Scape the Rock last weekend, and fifth in the Bethlehem Holiday. Sharp was seventh in the King of the Mountain and eighth in the 100 Sussex Warren. He's ranked fourth in his weight class by the Express Times, and Pineda is ranked first in both area newspapers, the Express Times and the Morning Call. So Sharp chose down, and then Pineda cut him, so it's 8-4. Pineda sweeping the right leg, has a takedown to lead 10-4. Sharp to his knees. Sharp comes out, faces him at the edge. On the escape, it's 10-5.
Coach Post urging Patrick Sharp in there. Needs a forward step. That's better. It's better as he approaches Pineda.
30 seconds gone in the third. Sharp ducks out, backs up in this circle. Wrestlers tie up. Pineda tried to snap down on the head of Sharp, tries to sweep a leg. He's got a takedown. That is 12-5. He cuts him, 12-6. 1 minute to go in the bout. Phillipsburg would love a regular decision here. Stalling call and then a takedown. So the stall made it 13-6. Takedown makes it 15-6. Escape 15-7. 40 seconds to go. Next stall would be 2 points if Pineda can force a stalling call. Sharp looking for an inside tie. Again, wrestlers push on each other with 25 seconds to go. Stalling call, 2 points. As Sharp looks for the bear hug, 14 seconds to go. Sharp just pushing and they go off the mat at 11.3. 17-7, 11.3 seconds. And after being told not to shoot at all, now Sharp gets told he has to shoot low.
Yeah, I think you go in there, grab a leg, you got to burn a little time. Not much left, but I don't know. Referee Solowski's stalling calls seem to be a bit quick.
Sharp is going to cut him. It'll make it 18-7. Pineda spins around behind, leads 20-7. It'll be a major decision for Jonathan Pineda of Easton. We are through 1, It is Easton 4 and Phillipsburg nothing.
Coach Post is happy with that one. He was enthusiastic on the sideline there, and it's a case, again, you have a wrestler who loses the bout, but he's expected to, but he doesn't give up all the bonus points, and he does a good job for his team.
Logan Matsko for Phillipsburg, the freshman 10-9, against freshman Alex Cameron 5-6. Referee for this bout is Larry Dieter. Matsko has a weight advantage, which is unusual for him. He's in on Cameron's right leg. Switching to a double. Dumps Cameron down on his left hip. Squeezing with those legs. Trying to hook the leg. Hooks it and gets a takedown. Matsko on top, 2-0.
It was nicely executed as he switched to the double and used his leg to hook around.
Trying to bar the right arm. Left hand, tight waist. Chops at that right elbow. "50 seconds gone here in the first. There's trying to work a hazard tilt to turn Cameron to his right. Trying to work a lever. Trying to set up that hazard tilt. Sticks his head in the right armpit of Cameron. Has his legs tied up. Right in the center of that Easton mat. Now trying to work a power half. Turning Cameron to his left. Larry Dieter looking in on top. Matsko cups him under the chin. Had him over momentarily. And Larry Dieter saying did not get a 2 count, so no back points for Logan Matsko. 20 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Matsko ahead for the first period takedown, 2-0. Trying to work a hazard tilt to the right side. Cameron fights that off. Now with that crab, the claw on the right shoulder, tilting him to his right. 1 count, 2 count, 2 back points for Matsko, and he leads 4-0 after 1.
Matsko is riding with ease with that leg in there. Cameron defers.
Matsko will take down to start the second. Matsko set. Cameron right hand tight waist, left elbow. Matsko sits. Cameron's up a little high. Matsko was trying to shake him off the top, come out the back door. Still trying to shake him off. Matsko reaching up around the head. He's got a reversal. And he leads 6-0. Bars the right arm. Left hand tight, reaching now in for the left wrist. With the bar, steps across the bar. Cameron's on his back. Larry Dieter counting out the back points. 3, 4, and 5 as he looks in at the left shoulder. Stateliner and the fall. .249 for Logan Matsko, and Phillipsburg leads Easton 6-4.
Logan Matsko had that bar in really well. Once he sat through, Alex Cameron was flat to the mat.
Cullen Day for Phillipsburg at 113, a senior 15-6. And Evan Gleason for Easton, a freshman 17-6. On their knees in the center. This is one that both teams want. Day's in on the right leg behind the knee. Picks up Gleason and drops him down for the takedown. Day leads 2-0. Dave Post telling us beforehand that he considered kicking everybody up here, but decided to send out Day against Gleason. A lot of pre-match speculation had Gleason dropping down to 106. Well, didn't come close to that. Gleason weighs 114.7, so I don't think dropping to 6, although a lot of speculation, was never really a consideration.
A few too many cheesesteaks for that.
Day right-hand tight waist, chops at that left elbow. Gleason stands. Day will lose him. It's 2-1. Working takedowns again here at 113. Stateliners lead the match 6-4. We're at 113, or the third of 14. Wrestlers fighting for hand and wrist control outside the center. Day in on the right leg behind the knee again, trying to pull that leg through at the edge. Gleason trying to hop his way off if he can. Day trying to pull him back on. Has that leg pulled through, lifting the right leg at the knee. Gleason still hopping up and down on the left foot. Now Day picks him up, has him over his right shoulder. Day trying to step through. Still no advantage here. Gleason has wrapped around Day's legs. Day has Gleason's legs. He's trying to stand Gleason up on his head. 6 seconds to go here in the second, and a stalemate is called by referee Rick Solosky.
That was tremendous poise and patience from both wrestlers.
We are through one. Day leading Gleason 2-1. Day's choice. He will defer. Gleason's going to go underneath to start the second.
Day was certainly in deep enough on that takedown, but Gleason showed a lot of poise in just tethering himself to Cullen Day.
Gleason trying to sit out and turn in. Day trying to stay with him. Day hanging on to Gleason's right leg, and there's the reversal for Gleason. And he leads Day 3-2. Day has struggled from the bottom in his losses. Stalemate called by Rick Solosky. We'll go back to the referee's position. Stateliner assistant Brad Gensel is up and shouting instructions to Day. Gleason throws that left leg in, trying to take Day off his base. Reaches inside for Day's left wrist. And trying to work a power half. Gleason trying to stretch out Day. Stalemate's called. Minute 12 to wrestle here in the second.
Rick Solosky's been very active tonight in both installing warnings and in calling stalemates.
Day tried to stand, looking for a standing cradle as Gleason, both his feet come up off the mat. Stopped potentially dangerous.
Gleason worked his hips from the bottom very well to get that reversal.
Day's ready. Gleason wraps that tight waist around Day's left side, looking for a cross-face cradle. Throws the left leg in at the edge of the mat in front of the Phillipsburg bench. Day controlling the left wrist so Gleason can't lock up anything at the edge. And they're off the mat. We'll get a fresh start with 49 seconds to go in the second.
Cullen Day trying to win his third in a row against Easton. As a victory last year against Colby Duffy, and then 2 years ago over Jason Korwitz.
Day stands, brought back down by Gleason. Thigh pry on the right side, reaching across to control the right elbow, gives up on that. 1.5 on the left side. Gets that right leg in. Pressure on the head and neck of Day. Reaches now for Day's right wrist. 20 seconds to go. Stalemate's call. We'll go back at 18 seconds. Easton fans don't like the stalemate call.
Well, Gleason's controlling Day with the legs, but he's not coming anywhere near turning him.
Day's ready. Day tried to sit. Gleason stays with him. Reaching across for the left shoulder. Trying to set it, got power half to turn Day over. Looking in is referee Solowski. 2 seconds, 1. That'll be 3 back points on the power half for Gleason. And he leads 6-2 after 2. Day's choice in the third. He will choose neutral. Gleason beat him right off the whistle to a double. Day trying to stay locked through the crotch. Gleason trying to hook a leg and hip up. Reaches back for Day, looking for a headlock. Trying to pry Day's legs. Trying to on top of Day. Day trying to roll on through. Still no advantage here. And that stopped. Stalemate called by Rick Solowski. And again, the Easton fans don't like that call with 1.5 minutes to go in the bout.
That was the best scenario for Cullen Day, given the position he was in.
Trailing 6-2 here in the third. It has been all Gleason since Day got a first period takedown. Day looking for a double. Drops Gleason down on his right hip. Can he hook a leg to get a takedown? Gleason has to watch his own back here. Day leaning into him. Still no advantage. Still no advantage. Gleason's locked through the crotch. Day's trying to hook a leg. Phillipsburg fans, there's a takedown for Day. 6-4. Dave Post says cut him. 45 seconds to go in the bout. Dave Post yelling at him to cut him.
I think Gleason was holding on to the arm of Cullen Day.
Stalemate called at 37 seconds. Day's going to cut him. That'll make it 7-4 Gleason with 37 seconds to go. Wrestlers eye each other up. Ankle pick by Gleason. Has Day's left leg. Day's draped over top. Trying to free that leg so he can get a takedown. A stalemate's called by Rick Solowski at 14 seconds. Day shooting right in. Trying to come out the back door on Gleason. 7 seconds to go. Sitting back in. Gleason will hang on and win a 7-4 decision for Easton. So we are through 3. The Rovers have the lead back. It is 7-6.
That was an impressive bout by Gleason in his counters. The 2 takedowns by Day were the only points that Cullen was able to score.
Travis Jones for Phillipsburg. Colby Duffy for Easton, a sophomore, 4-5. Jones going to be a big favorite here. The Phillipsburg junior is 19-4. Coming off a very important win over Hanover Park, looking for a barrel roll. Jones pops his head with the barrel roll as a takedown and leads 2-0. Jones excels on top, looking for hazard tilt as they go off the mat. The referee for this bout is Larry Dieter. Jones right hand tight waist, left elbow. Jones reaches for the left wrist. Strong right hand tight waist. Duffy stands, he's out. 2-1 in the first. Jones in on the right leg again. Has Duffy in a sitting position, has his second takedown. Jones on top, 4-1. He has the leg split. Trying to drive him over, controlling the right wrist. Gives up on that. Weight all on the back of Duffy. Jones, right hand thigh pry. 40 seconds to wrestle in the first. Looking for a cradle. As Duffy stands, Jones picks him up, steps through, maintains control. Now cups him under the chin, turns him over to his left. 2 count, 3, 4, 5. He's got the left arm barred, takes the right wrist. Steps, trying to step across at the bar. Has Duffy on his back, and the fall. In a minute 44 for Travis Jones, the Stateliners have their second fall in the first 4 bouts, and they lead Easton 12-7.
That one got Dave Post excited as he was looking certainly to get bonus points there, and he gets them from Travis Jones.
Brendan Fox for Phillipsburg at 126. He's a junior, 1-6. Brett Scalzo of Easton is a sophomore. He is 7-6. Scalzo weighed in at 120.
Scalzo was pinned a year ago by Travis Jones.
Scalzo weighs 121.4. Fox weighs 126. Phillipsburg coach Dave Post told us he definitely wanted 2 of the first 4, and he got those, and he got 2 pins. Scalzo near a takedown and leads 2-0. Trying to bar the left arm of Fox. And he's got Fox on his back. Fox trying to belly down. He's got that right arm pulled all the way across the body at the elbow. 2 back points for Scalzo. And he leads Fox 4-0. Trying to set up a hazard tilt. Trying to set up the hazard, and now he wants to bar the left arm. Strong right hand tight waist. Fox sits out, stands, picks up the leg of Scalzo at the edge of the mat. Trying to pull, picks up Scalzo and reverses him. And it's 4-2. Scalzo stands right away, and a mat return by Fox. 4-2 Scalzo, just under 20 seconds to go in the first. Scalzo stands. Fox picks him up, takes him off the mat with 14.2 seconds remaining.
It was all Scalzo until Fox just reacted there about 10 seconds ago to get that reversal.
Scalzo's ready. Fox right hand tight waist. Scalzo stands right away. Fox picks him up with the mat return. Wraps the left hand tight waist around the right side. Fox reaching inside for the right wrist. And he will ride out the first with Scalzo ahead 4-2 after 1. Fox's choice. He will go underneath to start the second. Brendan was 4-5 last year for the Stateliners. Scalzo 17-14 for the Rovers a year ago. Fox was not in Phillipsburg's postseason lineup. Trying to crawl away from Scalzo, wants to bar that left arm.
It was the sit near the edge by Fox that set up that reversal.
Trying to freeze his left wrist. Rick Solowski is the referee for this bout as Fox looks over at Coach Dave Post. Fox stands. That is stopped potentially dangerous by Rick Solowski.
It's based on Scalzo having Fox's arm tucked in tight.
Fox getting set. Scalzo, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Fox tries to sit. Reaches back for the head. Peterson roll by Fox. He's going to get 1. He comes out. It's 4-3 Scalzo of Easton, and now we'll work takedowns. Scalzo got a quick takedown in the first period. He has a takedown and 2 back points. Fox has a reversal and an escape. It's 4-3 Scalzo, a minute to go in the second. State Liners lead the match 12-7. We're at 126, or the fifth of 14. Scalzo looking for the barrel roll and has a takedown to make it 6-3 as they go off the mat. Fox looking to the State Liner bench for some instruction as he'll get set, hands and knees. Rick Solofsky was saying something to Brett Scalzo of Easton. Fox stands, he's out. 6-4 Scalzo. I think Scalzo prefers this on his feet.
He's been quicker, he's got more penetration.
Under 30 seconds to go. Looking for that barrel roll again. Fox now with a front head, looking for a front head and arm. They break apart. 15 seconds to go here in the second. Working at the edge in front of the Easton bench. Good crowd on hand here at the Easton Middle School gym. Off the mat at 0.8 of a second remaining here in the second.
That was the first shot attempt from Brendan Fox as he went in for a single.
It's going to be Scalzo's choice in the third. He's going to take underneath. 6-4 lead for Scalzo. Left hand tight waist by Fox. Scalzo stands. Fox on the mat return. Keeps his weight on his back. Comes up the body, reaches inside for the left wrist. Scalzo tries to get to his knees. Left hand thigh pry by Fox, brings him back down. Fox looking for a cross-face cradle. Scalzo trying to stand, stands. Fox on the mat return. 30 seconds gone in the third. Fox, where they thought about a hazard tilt and stopped halfway through it. That's stalemated by Rick Solofsky.
Scalzo is ready to hip up and over, which is why Brendan Fox, I think, backed off there. But if he wants to keep Scalzo to the mat, he's going to have to block a leg. Scalzo comes up to his base very quickly.
Scalzo stands. Fox on the mat return. Looks again to the Phillipsburg bench. Tries that claw on the right shoulder. Now looking for cross. Stalling warning on Scalzo. Under a minute to go in the bout. Scalzo trying to stand. He stands. Fox trying to pick him up. Picks him up on the mat return. Reaching inside for the right wrist. Scalzo again to his knees. Hazard tilt rolling on through was Scalzo. Trying to set up a hazard again. Fox has done a very good job of riding here, trying to turn Scalzo to his left.
Now he's got a leg in.
And looking for a power half. And it's stalemated. Rick Solofsky pretty quick with those stalemate calls. 21 seconds to go. Scalzo leading 6-4.
Scalzo knows the score and he's been comfortable underneath there. There's one stalling warning against him.
Tries to crawl away. Fox breaks him down. Fox reaching inside for the right wrist. Scalzo to his knees. Stalling call gives Fox a point. It is 6-5. But Scalzo will win the decision. 6-5 for Easton at 126. We are through 5. It's Phillipsburg 12 and Easton 10. The Rovers have a major and 2 regular decisions. Phillipsburg has 2 falls.
That was a tightly contested bout there between Fox and Scalzo.
Excuse me, Bob. Jonathan Myers out for Easton at 132. This is going to be Tom Abode for Phillipsburg. Abode is a junior 2-4, so Phillipsburg is going to kick up for the next few weights for sure. Myers is going to be a heavy favorite here. Jonathan, 5th in the district last year, 4th in the region already with 57 career wins for Easton. Looking for an inside tie. Myers trying to hooks the near leg, has a takedown and leads 2-0. Myers took care of Abode last year. He's had Abode tilted, and he's got 2 back points, says referee Larry Dieter. Myers up 4-0.
Yeah, it was a 15-0 tech fall in 4 minutes 11 seconds for Myers last year.
Hazard tilt, and Abode rolls on through. Myers going to hazard tilt him again. 1 count, 2. 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 3 back points coming. Myers will break the hold. 3 back points. Myers up 7-0. Has the leg split on Abode. Reaches inside for the right wrist. Trying to turn him to his right. Maintains control in front of the Phillipsburg bench with 40 seconds to go here in the first. Myers, left hand tight waist. Trying to hazard stalling warning on Abode. 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points coming for Myers again. He gets the 3. It's 10-0 Myers. Pressure on the head and neck of Abode. Left hand tight waist, reaches for the right wrist, trying to tilt him again. 1 count, 2, 3. 2 back points for Myers. He's ahead 12-0 after 1. Myers defers, and Abode takes neutral to start the second. Circle each other to the right. Myers dives in on the left leg, has a takedown. That is 14. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Pulls Abode back in. Trying to hazard tilt. Stalling call. That's a point, and that's it. Well, the scoreboard has 13. I've got 15. 13-0 on the scoreboard. Controlling the right arm at the elbow. Just to try and walk that around the other side. Abode to his knees as he's able to free that elbow.
The only thing I can think of, Mike, is they might have waved off those late back points at the end of the first period. Because otherwise, I agree with you.
Myers is looking for a power half. Has the legs in. Crossface, stalling call, gives up a point. Abode surrenders a point. That is 14. And they're off right in front of us at 37 seconds.
He hit that crossface pretty hard.
Yes,
I thought
he
that was
did.
going to be a penalty point.
Abode set. Myers left hand tight waist. Hazard tilt. Abode roads on through it. Jamar Billman's telling him to cut him. 14 seconds to go, stalling, and that's it. So that's the technical fall on the stalling call, because that was for 2. 16-0 final for Jonathan Myers of Easton. The time of the technical fall is 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Easton has the lead back through 6. It is Easton 15 and Phillipsburg 12.
Referees were consulting at the scoring table before they actually made that decision there, but Myers was firmly in control of that one. It was just a question of when. So that's the first technical fall of the night.
Blake Daniel for Easton and Kyle Tino for Phillipsburg. Tino is a junior, 11-4. Daniel is a junior, 1-3. The transfer from Notre Dame. He got quickly in on a double and has a takedown. Daniel on top, 2-0.
There's some question whether Daniel would appear, as he hasn't been in the Rover lineup for a bit.
He weighed 139.8. Tino at 133.7. Phillipsburg coach Dave Post said that Tino may be wrestling the best of the state liners right now.
Yeah, he's very high on him.
Daniel, left hand tight. Tino stands, he's out. It's 2-1. Working takedowns again here at 138, or the 7th of 14. Easton with a 15-12 lead. Rover's got 3 bonus points, out of their 2 heavy favorites. Pineda at heavyweight and Jonathan Myers at 132.
Phillipsburg with falls from Matsko and Jones.
Tino was looking for a high crotch, but couldn't get it. Daniel's in on Tino's right leg. Tino sprawls. Rick Solosky is the referee for this bout.
Daniel does not look in the least bit rusty.
Tino tried to reach for the right leg, couldn't pull it in. Under 30 seconds to go here in the first. 2-1 lead for Blake Daniel of Easton over Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino. And they're off the mat with 20 seconds to go. Tino taps at the head of Daniel. Reaches for the left leg and can't pull it in. Tino reaches for the right leg, can't get it. Now for the left, can't get it. Front head and arm by Daniel. And the first period will come to an end. Blake Daniel of Easton on top of Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino, 2-1. Tino choosing down to start the second.
Tino, an 8-5 winner a year ago over Connor Duffy.
15 wins last year for Kyle, 12 as a freshman in his 3rd year as a starter. He sits, and he's out. 2-2 here in the second.
Does well from the bottom there, Mike. Just peeling at the hands and pressing his back into Blake Daniel to get out.
Daniel trying to get in on a double cross-face by Tino, and Daniel has his second takedown. He leads 4-2. Left hand tight waist on Tino. Tino sits. Trying to pull those hands apart. He's out. It is 4-3. So Daniel with 2 takedowns, and Tino has 3 escapes. And it'll be Daniel's choice in the third.
Daniel's been the aggressor on his feet and initiating the takedown attempts.
Daniel had 33 wins for the Crusaders 2 years ago, 23 last year. Tino took a shot to the mouth. He's okay. 45 seconds to go here in the second. Tino with half a shot at the right leg, front head and arm by Daniel. Trying to underhook Tino's right shoulder. See if he can set up a spin or a shrug. Gets Tino to his knees. Tino back up on his feet. Stalemate's called at 24 seconds.
Tino needs to initiate a shot.
Half a shot at the left leg of Daniel. He's taken a bunch of half shots, has not really been able to penetrate. Tried to get in on the right leg. Daniel spinning around behind Tino the other way and fights it off. 6 seconds to go in the second. So it'll be Daniel's choice in the third. The Easton junior on top 4-3. He will go underneath. And Tino's gonna cut him. So it is 5-3, Daniel. Blood time, over the right eye, underneath the right eye for Blake Daniel. If you just joined us, started at 285. John Pineda of Easton, major decision, 20-7 over Phillipsburg's Patrick Sharp. 106, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, a fall in 249 over Alex Cameron. 113, Evan Gleason of Easton, 7-4 decision over Cullen Day. 120, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, a fall in 1:44 over Colby Duffy. 126, Brett Scalzo of Easton, 6-5 over Brendan Fox. 132, Jonathan Myers, technical fall, 16-0 in 350 over Tom Abode. And at 138, it's Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg and Blake Daniel of Easton. 5-3 lead for Daniel with 15 seconds gone in the third. Again, front head and arm by Daniel. Tino pops out of that. Tino shoots in the leg, and Daniel is the one getting the takedown, his third. He leads 7-3, and blood time again for Daniel.
Tino's shots have not been very deep, but Daniel's been very quick to evade and spin around to take the takedown. So that's his third. And at least 2 of them came on defensive moves.
Dave Post thought if Phillipsburg could get 7, that they would score more bonus points than Easton.
He's got the 2 falls versus a tech and a major for the Rovers.
Easton has won 4 bouts and leading here at 138. Tino sits, prying the hands apart, now stands, looking for a reversal. Instead, he's going to get the escape. 7-4, Daniel.
Kyle stayed close there as he thought he could try a throw on Blake Daniel.
Coming up on 1 minute to go in the bout.
Tino's trying to work something up top now since the leg shots have not succeeded. Really haven't come close.
Front head and arm by Daniel. Near the edge. They will come back to the center. Tino finishing 2nd in the district last year, 8th in this year's Hurricane tournament. Trying to set up a throw, maybe a bear hug. 30 seconds to go. At the edge, they'll backpedal again to the center. Daniel with 3 takedowns and an escape for his 7. Tino again shot in the leg, missed it, and Daniel planted Tino, but off the wrestling surface. And Tino's a little shaken up.
He may have hit his head there. And as Rick Solosky signals for injury time.
Injury time rolling with 11 seconds to go in the bout.
Kyle Tino was trying to work some kind of throw there at the edge, and Blake Daniel just pushed right back in him, and off the mat they went. So Daniel has looked good in this bout. Tino seems to be out of his comfort zone. I mean, he's done well from the bottom in sitting out, tearing at the hands, and getting fairly easy escapes, but he has not come close to scoring a takedown.
Tino up in a sitting position. Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Breida talking to him. And Tino's up on his feet. Dwayne's still talking to him. Tino wants to walk back to the center. 11 seconds to go here. He trails 7-4. Daniel in on a double, has a takedown, and will get a 9-4 win on the strength of 4 takedowns here at 138. So we are halfway through. It is Easton 18 and Phillipsburg 12. Easton has a technical fall, a major, 3 regular decisions. Phillipsburg has 2 falls.
Blake Daniel looked very strong in that bout. For not having wrestled recently, did not appear to be the least bit rusty, and was very effective against Caltino.
Cody Harrison and Mason Werkheiser will go at it here at 145. Werkheiser weighs 141. Harrison at 139.5.
Harrison beat Ryan Diltz a year ago, 5-2.
Werkheiser trying to snap down on the head of Harrison. Harrison with half a shot. This is Harrison's wrestled this week against Hanover Park. Did not wrestle in last weekend's tournament. The Hunter and Sussex Warren. Referee for this bout is Larry Dieter. Wrestlers circle to the left. Over a minute gone. No score here at 145. Phillipsburg will be kicking up Jason Zinsmeister to 152. They're off.
Harrison won via technical fall against Justin Eveland in the Hanover Park match.
Harrison is a junior, 15-2. Wrestlers fight for hand and wrist control. Under 30 seconds to go here in a scoreless first. Harrison dives in on a double. Werkheiser sprawls. Off they go in front of the Stateliner cheerleaders to our left. 16 seconds to go in the first. Final 10. Harrison in on a double and gets a takedown with 3 seconds to go and leads 2-0 after 1.
We almost had our first scoreless period of the night. So there have been lots of points on the board tonight, and the decisions have been hard fought.
Werkheiser defers. Harrison will go down to start the second. Harrison getting set, hands and knees. Caution on Harrison.
He started a bit too quick. Werkheiser initially was taking the down position.
Werkheiser wrapping around and Harrison's left leg. He dives away from him and leads 3-0. Harrison's in on a double and has a takedown. Leads Werkheiser 5-0. Right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network cameras as they go off the mat.
He drove that double very well. I don't think he had a great grip at first, but it was his pursuit of Werkheiser that scored the takedown for Cody Harrison.
Harrison's a 2-time district champ, 3rd in the region last year and 8th in the state. Has 64 career wins, the transfer from Warren Hills. Controlling the left wrist. Drive a half on the left side. And Werkheiser picks off the half. Harrison keeps the left wrist.
He had the half, but nothing to go with it.
Cody with his weight on the back of Werkheiser. Phillipsburg fans want Werkheiser hit for stalling. The stall calls have been consistent by referee, but not, I don't think, consistent as a team.
Yeah, agreed.
Harrison trying to work a power half, stalemate called by Larry Dieter. I think Rick Solosky would have hit Werkheiser.
I agree.
Once or twice by now. Werkheiser gets set back in the center.
If he were a judge, Solosky would be considered activist tonight.
Right hand tight waist. It's that claw to the left shoulder. Flattens him out. Clawing the left shoulder and has the left wrist.
Yeah, Werkheiser's just not doing much down below.
There's a stalling warning.
That was probably 20 seconds overdue, if not more.
Harrison trying to work a power half to turn Werkheiser to his left with 10 seconds to go in the second. After 2, 5-0 Harrison. Werkheiser's choice. He'll take underneath. Easton leads the match 18-12. We're at 145, or the 8th of 14.
I think Werkheiser has to consider himself fortunate on the which referee is calling this bout, as he was not active in the least from the down position there in the second period.
Harrison will cut him. It's 5-1.
Well,
second caution on Cody Harrison. Next one would cost Cody a point.
Harrison decided to work from his feet here because Werkheiser was shown himself content on the bottom.
Does have 2 takedowns.
The double was a beaut.
Diving in on the double and takes him down. 7-1.
I think we're going to see more of that.
And they're off the mat. Dave Post says cut him. Harrison will cut him. 7-2. Working takedowns here in the third. Minute 33 to go. Werkheiser momentarily down on his left knee. Trying to stay low so Harrison can't get that double. Harrison dives in on a single to a double. Harrison trying to throw him over towards his back. It missed on the half, but he got the takedown. It's 9-2. Dave Post says cut him. 9-3. 1 minute 5, and they're off the mat back to the center. Minute 2. 9-3 Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison in on that single, and he was looking for that half.
Trying to tie up the wrist. And Harrison eyeing up his opportunity. Dives in on a double. Has the takedown. It is 11-3. Has built to the major. Now he will work on trying to turn Werkheiser. Takes the left wrist. Phillipsburg fans behind us want stalling. Werkheiser stands. Harrison picks him up on the mat return. Maintains control. Can't afford to lose him here because he would lose the major. Has that left wrist pulled across the body. 15 seconds in the bout. Werkheiser trying to stand. Technical violation. 1 point. Pulling on the finger. Pulling on a finger as opposed to all fingers. So I think Harrison's going to get that penalty point. Yes, he does. So it is 12-3 with 8.3 seconds to go. Harrison goes to that claw on the left shoulder, chops now at the right elbow. Cody Harrison will win a 12-3 major decision at 145. We are through 8. It is Easton 18, Phillipsburg 16.
So more bonus points here for the State Liners, which is what Dave Post was looking for in picking up that major, the first of the night for Phillipsburg. So 2 falls, 1 major. Easton has a technical fall, a major, and 3 decisions.
I did not hear who that was for Easton, so we'll have to get over to the scorers table and find that out. It should be Isaiah Reinert, a freshman, 10-8. Phillipsburg's Jason Zinsmeister, a junior, 12-8. Diving right in is Reinert on Zinsmeister's right leg. Zinsmeister hanging on through the crotch, trying to hip up and over. Picks up on the right ankle, trying to hook that leg. Pressure on the head. Still no advantage here. Still no advantage, but Zinsmeister, it is Reinert. Zinsmeister's up a little high. Reinert still has Zinsmeister's right leg. Zinsmeister trying to hang on through the crotch and get his hips up off the mat. Easton fans want 2. And there's the takedown for Reinert. He's ahead 2-0. Zinsmeister. Reinert reaching for a cross-face cradle. Zinsmeister to his knees, trying to take the right elbow back toward the right knee. At the edge of the mat in front of the Easton bench. Reinert trying to take that elbow back to the knee. And they're off the mat with 32 seconds to go in the first. Reinert, a freshman, 10-8. Zinsmeister's a junior, 12-8. Reinert pretty tall for a freshman and tall for a 152-pounder.
Zinsmeister a winner last year, 3-1 over Gavin Kraser.
Reinert weighs 153. Zinsmeister 146.7. Zinsmeister hanging on to the left wrist so Reinert can't lock up anything as he reaches for that crossface with that length that he has. Picks up on the left ankle of Zinsmeister, trying to take that back and lock up that cradle. Now has the right arm pulled across the body. The end of 1, it's 2-0 Reinert. Zinsmeister defers. Reinert will take underneath to start the second. Zinsmeister 3rd in the district last year, 6th in this year's Hurricane, 5th in the Hunter and Sussex Warren. He's ranked honorable mention by the Express Times. Trying to work a power half.
Zinsmeister coming off a loss 3-1 to Sean Connolly in Hanover Park.
Zinsmeister up a little high with that power half. Reinert will try and shake him off if he can. Pressure on the head. Now he's very high, and Reinert comes out the back door for the reversal and leads Zinsmeister 4-0. Try to lock up that crossface again. Trying to take that elbow back to the knee. Now he sits on top of Zinsmeister. Picks up on the far ankle. Reinert definitely knows what he wants.
Yes, he does.
Picks up on the ankle, trying to take Zinsmeister off his base. Zinsmeister to his knees. Just tries to work cross-face cradles from either side.
He wants to work with Zinsmeister up at his base. He doesn't want him flat.
Zinsmeister tried to sit out and turn in. Yeah, he waits for Zinsmeister to let him come up. There's a stalling warning on Zinsmeister. Zinsmeister controlling that right wrist of Reinert. Zinsmeister gets up to his knees. Reinert picks up the left ankle. Looking for that crossface, trying to take the right elbow back towards the knee. Stalling call on Zinsmeister. 5-0 Reinert. Looking for that crossface. In front of the Easton bench. The end of 2, 5-0 Reinert.
That was an odd period. I've never seen a guy ride in that way. He's just had his weight, Reinert, on Zinsmeister.
Zinsmeister chose neutral here in the third. Working takedowns. Reinert got the takedown in the first, got a reversal, and a stalling point in the second. Reinert dives in on a double, trying to pick Zinsmeister over top of him. Zinsmeister hanging on to a far ankle. Zinsmeister hanging on to that left foot. Easton fans want a takedown, and they get it. 7-0 Reinert. Again, Zinsmeister will have to try and fight off that crossface. Just under a minute 15 to go. Stalling call. Phillipsburg coaches and the fans not happy with that stall. And again, I must say, there is not much consistency between the two officials. Each one is consistent in their own way. Stalling call and 2 points for Reinert. It is 10-0 Reinert. 40 seconds to go here in the bout. At the edge in front of our Stateliners Sports Network cameras.
It's somewhat the way Reinert rides, but I mean, arguably, you could call the stall against Reinert because he lets Zinsmeister up and he's not gripping him at all. But it's more like he doesn't like the position that Zinsmeister's in.
Got some blood for Zinsmeister.
So Reinert has his weight on top of Zinsmeister, but if Zinsmeister's flat, Reinert just lets him come up with his base. He completely pulls his torso back and looks at the referee. And he's almost baiting a stall call, and he's gotten him.
He has two takedowns, a reversal, and 4 stalling points.
Reinert's got at least a head on Zinsmeister here. It's not the bout probably Jason was looking for tonight.
It's 25 seconds to go in this one. Referee Rick Solosky over to the scorer's table. Pete Kaiser, longtime official, running the clock. He's going to choose neutral on this top on this restart. Zinsmeister getting set. Zinsmeister trying to come up to a stand. Tries to stand. Cradle by Reinert out Zinsmeister's right side. 10 seconds to go. Trying to pop him front to back. Zinsmeister breaks the cradle, then looks for that cross face again. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. It'll be a major decision for Isaiah Reinert of Easton. 10-0. We are through 9. It is Easton 22 and Phillipsburg 16.
So the second major for Easton to go with 3 decisions and 1 tech fall. Phillipsburg with 2 falls and 1 major.
This will be Kraser and Meyer at 160. Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg is a senior, 17-2. Easton's Gavin Kraser is a junior, 17-6. So Phillipsburg will have to wrestle straight up the rest of the way because Ramos weighed in at 52 and he can't go up. So they did want Meyer on Kraser if it came down to that. Easton leading by 6 through 9, and they have won 6 bouts.
Mike Kraser lost to Zinsmeister last year 3-1. Meyer was a 3-0 winner over Darius Joyce.
Meyer's in on Kraser in a double and has a takedown. Meyer's on top 2-0. Meyer had a tilt, 2 count. 2 back points for Meyer. He's ahead 4-0. See, and now Phillipsburg fans want stalling, and Larry Dieter not going to call it. Now, Rick Solofsky might, but he's not refereeing this bout.
Yeah, there's the downside of having 2 refs because it's almost 2 different matches.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say both of them have been very attentive. They're not missing anything, but they're calling different styles.
Kraser is set. Now Meyer. Well, if it comes down to the last bout, it would be Dieter would be the last official at the at 220 if it comes down to that. Meyer, a very effective rider, out the right side of Kraser. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Flattens him out. Meyer trying to turn him towards his right. Phillipsburg fans begging for a stalling call.
And with the other referee, they would get it.
Yeah. First period ends 4-0 Meyer.
Kraser was able to keep to his base, but there was not a lot of motion beyond that.
Kraser's choice, he defers. Meyer will go underneath to start the second. Brian Meyer's a 3-time district champ. He's won a couple of regional titles, 3rd in the state last year, 109 career wins, and we have some blood time for Gavin Kraser of Easton.
Meyer coming off of a 4-0 decision over Nick Zera of Hanover Park.
Lance Wissing will be out for Phillipsburg at 170, and he will have about 11 pounds on Dominic Falcone of Easton. Then Wissing is a pinner. See what transpires there at 70. Meyer stands. Meyer's stalling call on top on Kraser. It's kind of the Bronx cheer from the Phillipsburg fans. Then an escape for Meyer, and he leads 5-0. I think Meyer was hanging on to the hands to draw that stalling call.
May have been.
Off the mat, front of the scorer's table across the way, and 1:35 to go here in the second.
Meyer may want to look for a takedown that gets him bonus points.
Meyer trying to snap down on the head of Kraser. Meyer will be attending Lehigh next year. Meyer with half a shot. Kraser sprawls. Off they go. Just under a minute to go in the second.
Kraser's used that lockup to his advantage to keep a hold of Meyer and not let him get underneath. It was the double by Meyer in the first period that got him the takedown.
Wrestlers break apart. Just under 45. Stateliner fans again want that stalling call. At the edge, Meyer trying to drag the toes, can't get it. We're back to the center. 36 seconds to wrestle in the second. Meyer with the takedown, 2 back points, and an escape. to lead 5-0. Easton leading the match 22-16. We're at 160, or the 10th of 14.
Meyer needs to break this off so he can get it underneath.
Off they go. Dave Post coming over to the scorer's table. He wants a discussion.
So Kraser was using the lockup to keep Meyer at bay.
We're going to get a little blood time, too, for Brian Meyer. Dave Post to discuss something with Larry Dieter. I think Dave would looking for some consistency here.
He was vocal but not animated. That was a respectful conversation at the scorer's table.
Brian Meyer going to put the headgear back on. They have stopped the blood time. So Meyer thought about a duck under. There's a stalling call. Meyer has a point. 6-0. Kraser with half a shot as the second period comes to an end. 6-0 Meyer.
I think Dave Post got his point across.
6-0 Meyer after 2. Kraser taking underneath to start the third.
Meyer's.
Yep, Pete Kaiser over at the scorer's table asking now to talk to Rick Solosky.
I think Meyer might be better off letting him go and seeing what he can work from his feet, because Kraser's going to belly down and stay there.
Just had the feeling if he cut him and Rick Solosky was reffing this bout, it would be a lot different. Meyer riding out the left side and trying to throw the right leg in. Can't get that in. Got that claw on Kraser's left shoulder. He picks it off. Stalling call. Meyer's up 7-0. Trying to pick him up. Dump him off his knees. Kraser tries to stand. Thigh pry by Meyer. Meyer breaks him down, trying to hook a leg. 1:10 to go in the bout. Stalling call. That is 2 for Meyer. He leads 9-0, and they're off the mat.
That one I actually thought was a little quick.
9-0 Meyer. Is Meyer going to cut him? Nope. So we've got 1:04 to see if there's another stalling call and a DQ here. We haven't had a DQ yet, but we've been close tonight. Meyer riding out the left side. Kraser trying to get to his knees. Meyer running a half in the left side. Kraser stands. Meyer's going to cut him. Pushes him out. It is 9-1. Now Meyer will I think he's going to try and force the stall, is what he's trying to do, with 45 seconds to go.
The lockup is not working for Brian Meyer, because Kraser's just hanging on to him.
Meyer had the headgear knocked off. He adjusts.
He needs to dive, shoot, penetrate.
40 seconds to go.
Kraser's actually pushing into him a little bit here.
Meyer lost the headgear again. 33 seconds to go. Dave Post saying stay at him. Meyer spins around behind, gets a takedown. It is 11-1. Dave Post says cut him. He's got a front head and arm. Shrugs him. Ten seconds to go. Kraser tries to stand. Meyer maintaining control at the edge. Takes him off the mat with 2.7 seconds to go.
Headgear came loose again.
2.7 seconds. Meyer with an 11-1 lead. He will win an 11-1 major for Phillipsburg. We are through 10. It is Easton 22 and Phillipsburg 20. Now this will be Lance Wissing at 170. And Dominic Falcone. Wissing is a senior, 20-3. Falcone is a freshman, 9-5. Wissing right in on a single leg. Takedown. Rick Solosky says no takedown. There's the takedown and they're off the mat. Wissing in front 2-0. Wissing wrapped around the head. This was a move that his brother used very effectively. His brother very tough on top. Graduated 2 seasons ago. It's to try and bull him to his back. Falcone stands. Wissing will take him off at 1:27.
Wissing coming off a fall at the Hanover Park match against Matthew Liberato in 3:42.
That was with a lateral drop on Thursday night. Trying to underhook. Falcone snaps him down to his knees. Underhooking the left shoulder. Tried to shrug him. At the edge, they're off the mat in front of the scorer's table in 1:08. Falcone looking for an inside tie, or a Russian tie. Drops down on a leg, and are off in front of the Easton cheerleaders across the way. 59 seconds to go here in the first.
Neither of these wrestlers appeared a year ago.
Yeah, Wissing was in the match 2 years ago at 138. Now wrestling 170. Falcone went on front, had an arm. Wissing thought about a throw. Wissing is behind him. He has to get a knee to the mat. Picks up Falcone, drops him down, takedown for Wissing. He's ahead 4-1. Throws the legs in. Wissing trying to stand, or Falcone trying to stand. Wissing taking control of the right wrist. Stalemate called by Rick Solosky at 19 seconds to go in the first. 4-1 lead for Lance Wissing of Phillipsburg.
Yeah, 2 years ago, Wissing lost 9-8 to Hayden Kelleher.
Again, wraps around the head and that left shoulder. Stalling call on Wissing. Eleven and a half seconds to go in the first. Falcone stands, rolls. Wissing trying to stack him up. Stopped potentially dangerous by Rick Solosky. With 4.5 seconds to go.
That was a neat roll by Falcone, but Wissing stayed right with him, was coming through the back there and trying to put Falcone on his back.
Wissing left hand tight waist. And leads 4-1 after 1. Wissing's choice. He will defer. Falcone looking over to Jeremy Hartram, Easton assistant, and he'll take underneath to start the second. And Wissing will cut him. So it's 4-2 in the second. Working takedowns. Wissing has a pair of them. Stop for blood. No. Not sure why Rick Solosky stopped it, but he did. Wissing in looking for a bear hug. There's a duck under by Falcone. Wissing looking for a front head and arm. Falcone pops out of that. Wissing looking for an arm drag. Then wanted a barrel roll, and they're off at a minute 32 in the second.
Falcone's feet were out of the circle. I'm not sure why Rick Solosky waited for Wissing to shoot.
Easton has a 2-point lead in the match at 22-20. We're down to the final 4 bouts. Falcone looking for an arm drag or a Russian tie. Wissing trying to free that left arm. At the edge in front of the Phillipsburg bench. Stalemated at 55 seconds. Dave Post was looking for bonus points out of Lance Wissing. Ankle pick, and Falcone's able to hop out of that. Falcone with half a shot. Wissing looking for a front head duck under by Falcone. Off the mat, neutral. Easton wanted a takedown at the edge. 41 seconds to go.
It was a very good counter by Falcone.
He's countered Wissing well a couple of times. .30 seconds to go in the second.
It's 4-2 Wissing, but Falcone seems a bit more confident than he was in the early going.
Wissing looking for a bear hug, and that Russian tie then by Falcone. Lateral drop attempted by Wissing that he could not finish, and they're off the mat. Right in front of us at 13 seconds in the second.
It's like Falcone felt that coming and got his weight down.
Final 5 of the second. Falcone trying to drop down on a leg. There's the throw by Wissing that he missed, but Wissing blocked him off with his left arm, and we are through 2. It is 4-2 Wissing after 2. Wissing has missed a couple of throws and almost gave up a takedown with that one.
Yeah, I think that's not working here.
Wissing underneath to start the third. Wissing trying to get to a stand. Falcone chopping at that left elbow. Trying to half in the left side. He can't get Wissing off his feet. Trying to tie up, trying to reach for Wissing's left shoulder, and then gets him down to his knees. Wants to try and tilt Wissing to his left. Easton fans want stalling on Wissing. .115 to go here as Wissing tries to stand. Stands. Falcone maintaining control as he splits the legs. Then trying to come up the body on Wissing. Has those legs split. That's stalemated by Rick Solosky at 56 seconds.
I think what Solosky was telling Falcone there is you've got the legs, you've got to do something with them. Because Wissing was just looking up at him. It's like he doesn't have anything on top of here.
Wissing getting set. Tries to roll. Falcone staying with him. Stalling call on Wissing. That is a point, and it's 4-3. 4-3 in favor of Wissing. Wissing to his knees. Stands. Again, Falcone picks him up under the crotch. Wissing tried to roll. Falcone staying with him. Wissing again tried to sit. Falcone maintaining control.
Wissing's got to be careful here.
And then Falcone got caught by Wissing, put him on his back. 10 seconds to go. Body press by Wissing. 7 seconds. While Falcone is bridging. 2, 1, and it is over, but Wissing reverses into a 5-point play. That was really off a mistake by Falcone. And Wissing wins a 9-3 decision at 170. Phillipsburg has the lead back through 11. It is Phillipsburg 23 and Easton 22.
The first regular decision of the night for Phillipsburg, and that was a good play there at the end by Wissing.
This is going to be Austin Roth for Phillipsburg, a junior 8-7, and I think this will be Max Catalano. Roth is a junior 8-7. So it's 23-22 Phillipsburg with 3 bouts to go. Roth and I believe Max Catalano. We're going to get that confirmed. Wrestle 23 seconds and no advantage. Catalano is a senior 4-5. He weighs 181.4. Roth weighed in at 177.7. This is kind of a must for the Stateliners. Leading by 1. Near the edge of the mat, referee for this bout is Larry Dieter, and they're off. No advantage. Stateliners have 5 wins. Easton has 6. Stateliners 2 falls, 2 majors, and Easton with a tech and 2 majors as far as the bonus points are concerned. Roth diving in on the right leg as Catalano sprawls, and they're off the mat, no advantage.
Roth appeared 2 years ago and was pinned by James Saylor in the first period.
Tie up outside the center. Roth trying to tie up the wrists. Circle at the edge. They're off at 34 seconds to go in the first.
Roth coming off an 8-5 win over Sebastian Basolino of Hanover Park.
Fighting for hand and wrist control. Final 15 seconds here of a scoreless first. Neither one close to a takedown here in the first period. And Roth trying to get in on the left leg behind the knee. He's going to run out of time. First period ends scoreless at 182.
And that is our first scoreless period of the night.
Catalano defers. Roth will take underneath to start this second. Roth with 19 career wins, 6 as a freshman, 5 as a sophomore. He's set underneath. Catalano, Roth sits. Catalano brings him back to his knees. Catalano picks up on Roth's stands. Catalano has his both feet come up off the mat. Referee Larry Dieter stops that potentially dangerous.
Roth appears to be the stronger of the 2 wrestlers.
Right hand tight waist. Roth sits, trying to turn in. At the edge, will we get 1? Nope, still in control for Catalano. Now he does give him 1. Neutral for Roth, and he leads 1-0. Tie up outside the center. Roth diving in on a double. And he's got a takedown. Roth leads 3-0.
He got a good grip there, Mike, and he drove it hard.
Riding out the left side on Catalano. Controlling that left wrist. Trying to pick him up through the crotch, take him off his base. Controlling that left wrist out the left side. Just under a minute to wrestle in the second. Phillipsburg's Austin Roth ahead 3-0 here at 182, or the 12th of 14. Tried to pick him up, stack him up. He will take Catalano off the mat. In front of the Phillipsburg bench with 46 seconds to go in the second.
They used every bit of net they had available to him, going off in the far corner.
Dave Post in his 8th season here at Phillipsburg, 118 wins against 19 defeats, 2-time Express Times Coach of the Year. Catalano stands, Roth stands behind him. Roth trying to pick him up. Easton fans want a stalling call, and Roth on the mat return. Dave Post must have screamed 3 times, cut him. But Roth did not get the stall call, the stall warning, and maintained control. 23 seconds to wrestle in the second. It's going to be Catalano's choice in the third. Roth leading 3-0 here in the second. Right hand tight waist, left elbow, picks up Catalano's ankle on the whistle. Maintains control. Wanted to try and tilt him there at the front of the Easton bench. Controls the left wrist. Final 10 seconds as Catalano stands and they're off the mat at 9.
Catalano came up far there, and if he had more room, might have been able to work free for an escape.
Catalano is ready. Roth looking over at Dave Post. Scott Silvas picks that ankle again on the whistle. Catalano tried to sit. Roth maintains control, and he'll lead 3-0 after 2. Catalano's choice. Catalano will go underneath. He's set. Roth going to ride out the opposite side. Left hand tight waist. Catalano stands. Roth drops down to the left leg, picks it up behind the knee. They go off in front of the Easton bench. 9 seconds into the third.
That was a smart move by Austin Roth, going down to that ankle.
Roth may be tiring. Looks up at the clock. Catalano is ready. Roth's going to ride right hand tight waist this time, left elbow. Here's a caution on Roth. First caution in the bout. He wants to grab that ankle and stop Catalano from standing up. Grabs the left ankle. Catalano stands. Catalano and Roth brings him back down at the edge. Roth going to try and keep him there with a strong left-hand tight waist and pull him back in. Trying to work a hazard tilt. 1 count, that's all. Got a little high. Catalano spun, but Roth spun right with him. Right in front of our Stateliner Sports Network camera. Minute 20 to go in the bout. He wants that hazard tilt again, and they're off the mat at a minute 16 with Roth still leading 3-0.
Yeah, he was out of room for that, and it doesn't seem like he had sufficient hold on Catalano to work that tilt very well.
Roth takes that long walk back to the center. Picks up the left ankle. Catalano with a roll, and Roth maintains control and has a leg in. Catalano sits. Roth riding out the left side. Catalano trying to stand. Stands, arches his back. Roth gonna try and pick him up. Stalling call as they go off. First warning for stalling on Roth with 54 seconds to go.
He might be better off letting them go and working from his feet here.
If he can't give up the stalling call, that would really hurt him. Picks up on the ankle, breaks him down. Now he's got to come up off the ankle. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Keeping his weight on top of Catalano. Tries to turn back in, wants that hazard tilt. Out the left side. Down to 30 seconds in regulation. Roth on top, 3-0 and riding here. Catalano trying to turn into Roth and left. It's a hazard or a Peterson roll, but that was blocked off, and Roth flattens him out with 15 seconds to go in the bout. Roth maintaining control. Final 5 seconds. Austin Roth of Phillipsburg going to win a 3-0 decision over Max Catalano of 182. 2 bouts to go. Phillipsburg 26 and Easton 22.
Catalano showed a lot of action from below and a couple creative attempts to get out, but Roth stayed with him. His first move wasn't always good in following, but his second move was better, and he hangs on for the 3-0 decision.
This should be Tyler Pilecchia for Easton and Shamir Broaders for Phillipsburg. Broaders is a senior, 6-10. Pilecchia is a junior, 12-10. Easton's going to be a big favorite at 220. So for Phillipsburg, this could be the match right here. Pilecchia weighs 188.9, and Broaders weighs 184.5. Pilecchia is a junior, 12-10. Broaders likes to work from his feet. That is a taller Pilecchia. Broaders thought about a headlock. Stateliners with a 4-point lead. They could get a decision from Broaders. They would ice the match. Broaders is behind Pilecchia, throws him to the mat for a takedown, and leads 2-0. And Dave Post says cut him. 2-1, Broaders. And we have blood from Pilecchia. I think Dave Post is saying, look, you can win this one on your feet. Don't get crazy on the mat.
He cut him, but almost, not quite good enough because Pilecchia was coming right back at him. Broaders coming off a victory in Hanover Park. It was 8-3 over Jean-Luc Birnbaum.
The LehaValleyLive.com Express Times rankings has Phillipsburg 4 in the area. Easton is 5. That's behind Becca High, Liberty, and Nazareth. Have to wipe some blood, I guess, off the mat. Phillipsburg winning this last year, 40-27. Easton 2 years ago, 32-18. And Phillipsburg had won the previous two, 36-20 in 2014 and 30-23 in 2015. Two to 1 lead for Shamir Broaders at Phillipsburg on a takedown as we come back to it here at 195. Wrestlers tie up, break apart. Broaders circling. Referee for this bout is Rick Solosky. Off they go in front of the Easton bench at 52 seconds. Good crowd on hand, estimated at a couple thousand here at the Easton Middle School gym. Ankle pick by Broaders. Can't finish it. Front head and arm by Pilecchia, and they break apart. And do we have blood again? Nope.
Headgear.
Headgear for Broaders. We've had more headgear problems tonight than I think we've had all season.
There's the duct tape when you need it.
Brian Meyer couldn't keep his on. Pilecchia reaches for a leg. Broaders tried to spin around. Now they both lost their headgear. Down up the front of the face of Pilecchia at 27 seconds to go in the first. Tie up in the center, fight for hand control. Broders tried to snap down on the head. Duck under by Pilecki is blocked off by Broders. 3 seconds to go. Broders shooting in. Off the mat. At 1.2 seconds. Phillipsburg fans wanted a stalling call from referee Rick Soloski.
Yeah, Broders has definitely been the aggressor. And Pilecki was backing up all the way there.
First period ends. 2-1 Broders.
More blood.
Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Bryda going to come out and take care of that. Again, we'll be voting for the Brad Weaver Most Outstanding Wrestler Award and the Easton Lions Club Most Aggressive Wrestler Award. Last year, Robert Melise of Phillipsburg got Most Aggressive. Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg was the Weaver Award winner. Pilecki is underneath to start the second. And Broders is going to cut him. So we are 2-2 in the second and working takedowns. Ankle pick. Broders has a takedown. Dave Post yelling at him to cut him. And he will push him away.
That was a terrific ankle pick.
4-2 and then 4-3 in favor of Broders. And more Rick Soloski they've got blood on the, it says my time. He's got blood on his left thigh. And do we have blood coming from the nose of Shamir Broders? Stateliner coaches Dave Post and Brian Kopeski out to talk to Broders. And we'll get a little mat cleanup.
Pilecki has switched out his headgear.
He's talking to Easton coach Jamar Billman. Jamar's in his second year, 20-7, assisted by Jeremy Hartram and Brandon Mahalko. Our thanks, by the way, to Easton Athletic Director Jim Pokrivsak, getting us permission to do this tonight and helping us get mat side. All right, back to it. 4-3 lead for Broders in the second. No stalling warnings in this one. Let's go Broders from the Stateliners students right over our left shoulder. Pilecki with half a shot. Broders pushes him away.
I don't think Pilecki wants to get underneath Shamir Broders because it was more of a reach than a shot.
Broders, I think he's worried about Broders spinning around behind him. Broders dives in at the edge and they're off. No advantage. 1:08 to go in the second. Easton has to win this to stay alive. Stateliners would be up. They lead the match by 4 here with 2 to go. Diving in is Pilecki. Pressure on the head by Broders, and they're off the mat, says referee Rick Soloski, right in front of us with 50 seconds to go.
That was easily Pilecki's best attempt of the bout.
Yeah, I wonder what that has done for his confidence. He dives in. Pressure on the head by Broders. Broders trying to work a front head and arm. And to spin around, Broders missed on a leg, and they're off in front of the Phillipsburg bench. 35 seconds to go in the second.
Pilecki has shown some late life here.
Yeah, I think he's wrestling with more confidence. Working takedowns. Broders has 2 of them. Pilecki has 3 escapes. It'll be Broders' choice in the third. I am 99% sure he will take neutral. They fight for hand and wrist control. Final 10 seconds of the second. Broders reach for a leg, then Pilecki does. Broders sprawling. We are through 2, 4-3.
That lockup seemed to be more of a delaying tactic for both wrestlers because neither one of them was doing much from there.
Broaders choosing neutral in the third. It's all on the line here, folks. 2 minutes at 195. Stateliners with a 4-point lead in the match and a 1-point lead in this bout. Broaders breaks apart. There are no stalling warnings in this bout.
Broaders was the aggressive early, but Pilecki has done well in the second period.
At the edge, Pilecki dives in. Broaders sprawling at the edge. They're off neutral. 1:28 to go in the bout. Cut the tension with a knife here at Easton's middle school gym. These are a couple of unheralded wrestlers, and mountains are on their shoulders with 1:15 to go in the bout. Pilecki with half a shot. Broaders fought him off.
I think Broaders is better off working from a distance here.
Pilecki with half a shot. They're off in 1:03.
Pilecki has been getting more of an angle working from that tie-up, and Broaders hasn't looked nearly as good on his feet with the tie-up.
Also think he'd rather work the edge. I don't think he wants to get underneath Pilecki in the middle. Under a minute to go. Pilecki diving in. Pilecki near a takedown. Broaders trying to fight him off with his left arm behind the left thigh. Rick Solosky signaling no advantage. There's a takedown with 37 seconds to go. Takedown for Pilecki. He leads 5-4. Under 30 seconds to go. Broaders to his knees. Riding out the left side. Broaders stands, tears at the hands. Stalling call on Pilecki. 10 seconds to go. 8 seconds to go. 7 seconds to go. And they are off the mat with 4.4 seconds to go. And a 5-4 lead for Pilecki. Broaders has to fire out here with 4.4 to go. Broaders is set. Pilecki. Broaders. Pilecki will ride him out and win 5-4. It is a 1-point Phillipsburg lead as we go to 2:20, and Easton's going to be a big favorite here. 5-4 for Tyler Pilecki. Easton now with a technical fall, 2 majors, 4 regular decisions. So for Phillipsburg, it's Cody Krutz, a sophomore, 5-9. Jacob Frank of Easton, a senior, 16-7. 26-25 Phillipsburg as we go to 2:20. Wrestlers tying up. Referee for this bout is Larry Dieter. No advantage so far. Frank is 16-7. Krutz is 5-9. Frank pinned Krutz at the Hurricane tournament. .40 seconds gone, no advantage. Off the edge, back to the center in 1:13.
They're both working from tie-ups. Coach Post telling Krutz, keep your head up.
Trying to snap down on the head of Frank. Frank tried to throw Krutz on by. They're off no advantage, just under a minute to go in the first.
Both been aggressive and pushing from the feet.
Frank wanted a headlock, couldn't get it. Still working for that type. Looking for a cement job maybe is Frank. He got Crutch down on his knees, spun around behind him, has the takedown and lead 2-0. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Pressure on the head. Trying to drive a half Nelson from the right side. And off they go back to the center with 17 seconds to go. Crutz will be underneath. Crutz is set, now Frank. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Chops at that right elbow. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Weight high on the back and shoulders of Cody Crutz. Reaching back for the head after one. Jacob Frank of Easton on top. 2-0. Frank's going to take down in the second.
Crutz did not appear in the last two dual meets.
Easton has won 7 bouts. Crutz trying to go crossface. Trying to get Frank back down off his knees. Reaching over for the left shoulder. Frank trying to come out and face him. He does. Frank has an escape. Leads 3-0. Phillipsburg has only won 6. Dave Post thought if they could win 7, they'd have more bonus points. And they would win it. And that's actually true. If they were to get the 7th, that we got a little blood time for Jacob Frank of Easton.
Crutz was pinned a year ago via armbar by Ethan DiRenzo. And it was an injury default for Robert Melise a year ago over Frank. Blood time is stopped by Larry Dietz. No pressure here at either wrestler, is you? Really 1 point separating in the last bout of the night in the storied rivalry.
Dave Post and Brian Kopeski talking with Cody Crutz. That's on the Easton side was Jeremy Hartram and Barry Snyder, the longtime assistant, talking to Frank.
Tyler Pilecki has come from behind victory at 195, puts Easton back up front. And that was a big one for the Rovers. They also scored a key decision at 113 where Evan Gleason edged Cullen Day 7-4. Phillipsburg with falls they got their falls early from Matsko and Jones. They anticipated more bonus points later on. And while they got picked up a couple majors, haven't had enough bonus points to give them more comfort in this last bout. So cleaning up blood with a fine-tooth comb.
right in the center of the mat. All right, waving them both back in towards the center. So we're neutral. Jacob Frank of Easton's on top 3-0. We are halfway through the bout. Frank and Crutz tied up. Crutz pushing in on Frank, and off they go in front of the State Liner cheerleaders. We've got 1:06 to go in the second. Jamar Billman out of the chairs and kneeling in front of the Easton bench. Crutz trying to snap down on the head of Frank. It's going to be Crutz's choice in the third. No stalling warnings at all. Frank with a late first period takedown. Second period escape. He leads it 3-0. 40 seconds to go here in the second, and they are off at 37 seconds.
Frank was more aggressive there in the last 20 seconds than he has been on his feet.
Final 30. Frank trying to snap down on the head of Krutz. At the edge, they're off at 16 and a half seconds.
If this was a Solosky bout, Krutz might have himself a stalling warning at this point because he was backing up a lot the last 30 seconds.
Final 10 seconds. And we will go to the third with Frank on top, 3-0. Krutz is going to go underneath in the third. Krutz set, hands and knees. Frank left hand tight waist. Reaches inside for the right wrist. Reaching across, now runs a half Nelson from the left side. Trying to work a lever. He can pick that arm up over his head. Now he bars the left arm and takes the right wrist. Wants to try and turn Krutz to his right. Has the arm. Walking with that bar. Frank has Krutz on his back. Looking in is referee Larry Dieter. And Krutz came off and did not get a 2 count. No back points coming. Krutz trying to stand. Frank bringing him back, trying to tilt him now to his right. Turn him to his right. Frank's up a little high, but sits back. Krutz trying to reach back for a leg to come out and face him. Frank riding out the left side. 45 seconds to go in the bout. Frank leading 3-0. He can win it for Easton here as he flattens out Krutz. Trying to work a power half. Under 30 seconds to go.
Krutz chose bottom and really has not come close to getting out.
Comes to his knees. 15 seconds to go. Frank picks up the right ankle. Easton fans coming to their feet with 10 seconds to go. Bench is on their feet and clapping. Krutz has an escape with 3 seconds to go, but Frank will win it 3-1. Jacob Frank of Easton, 3-1 over Cody Krutz at 2:20. Easton defeats Phillips 26. Easton winning 8 bouts. On a technical fall, 2 majors and 5 regular decisions. And the Stateliners had 2 falls, 2 majors, and 2 regular decisions. As Easton has now won 2 of the last 3, they beat the Stateliners tonight 28-26. Our wrestling action tonight is service of the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics and official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Erco Credit Union, 450 Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Great rates, low fees. Visit us at ErcoCU.com. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours on Amazon today. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at PBergHS Wrestling. That's Pberg, HSWRESTLIN. So, Bob, this ended up, all that was advertised. It came down to the last bout of the night.
Coach Post thought he had to get 7 to win, and he thought if he got 8, he definitely would. He only got 6. Jamar Billman over in Easton thought that 30 points would win it, and he was wrong. But 28 was enough to win it, as Phillipsburg got a pair of falls and 2 majors, but not enough bonus points and not enough overall bout victories in order to win it.
Let's recap it. We began at 285. John Pineda of Easton, winner by major decision, 20-7 over Patrick Sharp. 106, Logan Matsko of Phillipsburg, a fall in 249 over Alex Cameron. 113, Evan Gleason of Easton won a 7-4 decision over Cullen Day. 120, Phillipsburg's Travis Jones, a fall with an armbar in 1:44 over Colby Duffy. At 126, Brett Scalzo of Easton with a 6-5 decision over the State Liners' Brendan Fox. At 132, Jonathan Myers of Easton, winner by technical fall, 16-0 in 3 minutes and 50 seconds over Thomas Abode. 138, Blake Daniels of Easton scored a 9-4 decision over Kyle Tino. That made it 18-12. Easton. At 145, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg scored a 12-3 major decision over Mason Werkheiser. That made it 18-16 in favor of Easton. At 152, Isaiah Reinert scored a 10-0 decision over Phillipsburg, major decision over Phillipsburg's Jason Zinsmeister, made it 22-16. 160, Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg, a major decision, 11-1 over Gavin Kraser, 22-20 Easton. Phillipsburg grabbing the lead at 170, Lance Wissing, a 9-3 decision, a 5-point play in the closing seconds. Isaiah Reinert won one of the awards. I didn't hear if that was Easton Lions Club award or the Weaver. That was Wissing won 9-3, giving Phillipsburg a 23-22. Gleason was the winner of the Brad Weaver Memorial Award. Evan Gleason and then Isaiah Reinert won the Easton Lions Club Most Aggressive Wrestler Award. 182, Austin Roth of Phillipsburg won a 3-0 decision over Max Catalano, making it Phillipsburg 26 and Easton 22. 195, Tyler Pilecchia scoring a takedown in the final 40 seconds to beat Phillipsburg's Shamir Broders 5-4. That made it 26-25 Phillipsburg with a bout to go. And Jacob Frank of Easton won a 3-1 decision over Cody Krutz to give Easton the victory 28-26. The Rovers go to 7-1 on the season, while the State Liners fall to 6-2. And the close ones seem to go Easton's way. Gleason 7-4 over Day. Scalzo 6-5 over Fox. Pilecchia 5-4 over Broders. Phillipsburg won 3-0. Roth over Catalano at 82, and then Frank 3-1 over Krutz at 220.
Yeah, Gleason looked very strong for Easton in his bout against a very tough wrestler in Day, but Pilecchia gets the edge there with that third period takedown. If he doesn't get that and Broders holds on to win, it's a different outcome. But you can probably say that for any other bout along the way. It's just the way that they stacked up, finishing up with 220.
And I think that the decision, Phillipsburg got Meyer on Kraser, which is what Phillipsburg wanted, but then Ramos had weighed in at 52. So when he did not go at 60, that left him out, and the State Liners couldn't kick up any farther. So Wissing then with a 11-pound advantage, and Dave Post was telling us how much he liked that. Wissing only able to win 9-3 over Falcone, although after a Falcone mistake, he had him on his back at the end of that bout and ran out of time.
Yeah.
Falcone with a pretty good bridge to stay out of that fall.
Wissing and Roth pick up victories, but they don't get any bonus points there, again, which could have been a difference maker for Stateliners.
Well, our thanks tonight to our supervising broadcast technician, Jared Marchicelli. His first trip to the Easton gym. We're getting Jared to a lot of different surroundings. So Easton upends the Stateliners 28-26. Our next webcast will be Wednesday night. Phillipsburg taking on North Hunterdon. Big week coming up for the Stateliners. Warren Hills on Monday. Home with North Hunterdon on Wednesday. Home with Parkland on Thursday, and home with Southern on Saturday. And we'll have those last three for you. So that'll do it tonight from the Easton Middle School. Easton knocks off Phillipsburg 28-26. For Bob Kerp, I'm Mike Moore on the Stateliner Sports Network. Have a great night.